Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Kalonda Casey. I am 63 years old and today we are going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that is my hooded eyes. And yes, I have hooded eyes and they are getting worse by the year the older I get. And hooded eyes are a real concern for most mature women. In fact, so many older people have to have surgery because the skin folds over and it blocks your vision. Mine isn't there yet, but I want to show you how I make up my hooded eyes and how easy it is to apply eyeshadow on hooded eyes. It doesn't have to be difficult. I want to remind you that there aren't any hard rules when applying your eye makeup. If something brings you joy, then please do it. I am just giving you guidelines as to how my eyes look better when I apply my eyeshadow a certain way. So without further ado, let's push in and let's get started. I had to run an errand this morning, so I do have a little foundation on. My eyebrows are finished and I have a little bit of mascara on. For me, an eyelid primer is so important. And it really helps to give your eyelid an even surface. So when you are applying your eyeshadow, it goes on beautifully. It stays in place and it's going to lock in that color for hours and hours. I am using my Holy Grail eyelid primer, and this one is by Rare Beauty. And of course, everything is linked down below, as always, in the Show More section. And I just love this formula because it is easy to work with and it really blends out beautifully. So that is step one. Step two, taking my Givenchy Prism Libre powder and I am putting it over that eyelid primer. Why do I do that? Because applying powder to this area over the cream really makes your eyelid soft, and when you go to put on your eyeshadows, it's easy peasy. It really goes on beautifully. Today I am going to use the Tartlette powder by Tarte Cosmetics. What I love about this palette is that you can go from lightest to darkest in these rows. Does that make sense to you? And these are all mattes. And so I think that this is an easy palette to start with. And I will be putting some shimmer. This is the palette I'm using for my mattes. Because I have pink on today, I am going to stick with pinks and plums. And of course I have green eyes, so that's always a win-win. I want to show you something. Take the back of your brush, look straight into a mirror. I have my mirror here. Right there, you have a dot. So easy to do. And then you take this color. You go above the crease, because if you go below and go into the crease, you will not be able to see this color. I'm going to do one eye and show you the difference, because it's remarkable what a little bit of eyeshadow will do to open up those hooded eyes. So trust the process. I will also link my brushes down below because they're so good. Something I like to do between eyeshadows is to definitely blend out the color, just to soften it. And that is called your transition. I'm going back in with the original brush that I've cleaned off, and I am just putting a little bit of matte eyeshadow here. And that color is called Caregiver. And you can already see the difference between this eye and this eye. This eye is starting to look like there's lid space, and it really does make a difference. Isn't that pretty? Next, I'm going in with a small blending brush, and I'm taking a color called Best Friend. Tap that off, and I'm going to just tap this in this outer corner. It is, you know, some call it a V, some call it a C. And what I like to do, if you'll notice, I'm just tapping. When I work on my mature eyes, it is just a tap, tap, tap motion. If it's making a mess down below, don't worry. I'll show you how I fix that. But already it's starting to look like something. But let me show you a little tip and trick. Some people don't do this, but I like to do this. I like to clean up the outer edges. By cleaning up the outer edge, it's starting to lift the eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that color called Caregiver. I put it on my blending brush, and I am softening any harsh lines. And you can use your fingers too. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. It's starting to look much better. I really like that. Now, where are my shimmer girls? What I like to do is to use a little bit of setting spray on the back of my fingers, and then I go in with that wet finger and I dip it into a shimmer eyeshadow. Look how pretty that is. And I really go back in and I soften that. It has opened up my eyes so much. Just putting a little bit of shimmer on. I love this eye look so much. I wear this eye look a lot. Now remember, I told you to trust the process. Let's finish up eye number 1 so you can see the difference between this eye and this eye. I just dipped this brush into that color called Best Friend, and I am just taking this right here on the under eye. And then what I do is I just stamp it right there. So it basically just gives a little mini wing. And then I'll take my fingernail and I'll pull it even more. So there's something over here, and this is the reason that I always say trust the process, because I felt like it was going too far down. So now that's why I do my eyes first and I keep looking at them. I always say this wrong. I'm grabbing my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and I am looking down into this mirror and I am tightlining the waterline, because I do not have a lot of real estate on my movable eyelid. So if I put eyeliner on that movable eyelid, it takes away from the application where I have just opened the eye up and you can see the eyeshadow. So I don't want to hide that. I just want to accentuate it and make my lash line look thicker. And this is what is helping to do that. Now, I do not tightline the bottom waterline at all. In my opinion, that makes the eyes look smaller, and I don't want to do that as a mature woman. I'm going to put a little bit more mascara on. Va-va-voom lashes for days. It looks so pretty. I am going to let the camera roll while I apply my eyeshadow on this side so you'll have a better idea of what I am doing. I'm not talking through it, so sit back and enjoy the ride. That is looking so pretty. Now let's follow up with some concealer and finish up our makeup so that you can see what this is going to look like at the end. Now what I want to do is just to take a little bit of this concealer right here in the inner corner of my eyelid. As we mature, that part of the eyelid can look really deep set, and this helps so much to brighten that inner corner. And I know that this brush is not meant for this area, but it works so well in my opinion. That looks so much better. And just like that, my makeup is finished. I think it turned out really pretty. What do you think of this hooded eyeshadow application? Do you think it's easy? Do you think it's something that you could do? I tried to really explain each step. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask below because I am more than happy to answer your questions. And again, please remember to subscribe and let's grow this community of like-minded women together because this is what it's all about, ladies. Let's stick together in our 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, and let's have fun while we're doing it. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you the next time.